Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the MBK EZC knife here with me for a review. And as usual, we're going to analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let's just do a quick size comparison. This is a 2.75 inch long blade with a, I would say, almost 4-inch long handle with an overall size of 6.75 inches when open. For example, up against the Beg Knives Mini Glimpse Steelcraft Edition, it's gonna look like that. So not too shabby. I mean, it's a compact one. It's very nice in the pocket. Not as slim and as small as the James brand, the County over here, or not even like the North Arm Knives Kaha right there, but it's very compact. Like, for example, this is the Spyderco Para 3. And as you can see, smaller handle, but yeah, has a little bit more cutting edge. Look at the handle to blade ratio of this guy is pretty decent. For example, we have it up against the Spyderco Tenacious, which is a little bit bigger right over there. And if you have a Spyderco Paramilitary 2, look at this. That's a pretty big boy. Or if you have something like even bigger, for example, this is the Shirogorov F95R Slim. This is the proportion between the two. Or look at this. This is another even bigger guy. This is the Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0, just to give you some perspective. And yeah, why not? Let's just do it up against Chris Reeve Knives Large Sebenza 21. So, guys, this is a very nice and EDCable knife. It's very compact, it's very light, it's very sleek, and it's very elegant, I have to say. So this is MBK, which means Monterey Bay Knives, probably based on in Monterey Bay. It's a Ray Laconico design. I believe this particular has been milled by Kaiser, and this is the 1.0 version, which has, I think, a little less hard steel compared to the second batch, and it has a floating stop pin in the, like, right in the blade, and I believe the second batch has it just fixed. So this is it's a pretty cool knife, guys, designed by, of course, Ray Laconico. Very elegant, very clean line, super simple design. You have titanium scales, which are not skeletonized on the inside, but they are nicely chamfered all around. There's a little bit of chamfering going on, just a tad on the inside, but overall outside they're nicely rounded off. Very good. I like this square design overall with this central milled groove right here, which is revealing, if I don't know if you can see under the right light, the milling pattern going on in order for for them to mill out this scale over here. There is a nice titanium backspacer, which is beautifully flush up against the scales. There's a lanyard hole, which is drilled through the scales and through the backspacer. You've got a nice cutout to release the lock bar. It's not like the best, but it's there. I mean, it's something nice. It's gonna help you to jam your finger right over here to disengage the lock bar and just to close the blade. You have a lock face insert, which is screwed in from the outside. Right over there, you just see the little bit going on. And also it has a over travel stop integrated into the hardened steel lock face insert. So very nice right there. The screws employed are T8 for the pivot and T6 for these two guys in the handle. You also have to unscrew this one because it's passing through a standoff, which is internal to this backspacer. So very straightforward disassembly for this guy. Pivot is spinning, so you're gonna probably need 2T8 bits. The pocket clip is made out of titanium, is 3D milled, has a nice tension, not too crazy. It's a little bit on the short side, it's not deep carry, it's gonna be sticking out like this from your pocket. It's not reversible, it's not ambidextrous, it's just gonna stay here. What it's really cool about this knife is the blade, guys. Very, very thin stock. Look at this. It's super thin behind the edge. It has a nice shape, nice drop point like this, and probably like 50%, maybe 60% belly in this nicely stone-washed, finished, full flat grind blade. Look at the sharpening choil, guys. This reveals a very, very thin behind the edge blade, and the flipper tab is a little bit pointy. It's chamfered nicely, but if you want to do like a push button, no, it's not gonna happen. You have only the light switch option, but it's slippery, you see? There's no jimping going on, so you have to be very precise in order for you to deploy the blade. So that's something that it's not ideal, and sometimes you just do like this. So you have to prepare, like you have to be knowing where to push and how to push, and it's gonna deploy nicely. So as long as you know that, you're gonna be fine. But I would have liked a little bit of jimping right over here. Also, the blade, it's very nicely done, guys. It's very thin. There's just this laser etching going on, which under some light condition is more apparent and less, you see, like that, but it's there. It's just minimal. They didn't ruin, let's say, the presentation scale, because it's overall very nice and clean. You have just some billboarding going on the spine of the blade and just the logo right here in the back. So overall, not too shabby. I like that. Also, I like the fact that these screws are not protruding, kind of flash. There's just a little bit of bulging out of the pivot screw right over here and here, but nothing too crazy. Very, very simple blade, nice plunge grind going on, and it has an overall nice profile. I am a fan of this blade because it's a pretty cool slicer. Like, for example, if you compare this one with the this is Para 3, you see that the stock is thinner. So this guy is even a better slicer than the Para 3. So very nice job. Also, the sound is okay. I mean, this is the sound. It's a little bit, the click, yeah, when it closes is pretty cool, but this sound is a little bit anonymous. It's a nice clack. Yeah, of course. It's nice. It's distinctive because because it's of a small knife. So it's a very, very interesting sound because it's clean. It's very short. I don't know how to say. It's pleasant. It's not obnoxious. And I appreciate that, but it's not like the best sounding knife ever. Also, the weight of this guy is gonna be 3 ounces. Yeah, guys, this is 3 ounces, so it's fantastic. It's really, really light, even if it doesn't have any skeletonization going on the inside. But it doesn't present any hot spots in the hand. There's no sharp edges going on. There's no jimping whatsoever. It is overall very smooth. It might be a little bit slippery in the hand, but it's smooth and it's very solidly built. I mean, this back spacer here is giving much rigidity to the overall structure, and these slabs are not thin. So this is gonna feel pretty solid in the hand. Also, the clip retention is nicely done. I would have preferred maybe a little bit longer clip, but it's okay. I like this groove going on over here, which is, you know, reminding of the groove in the presentation scale. Not really a fan of how this clip is chamfered going on. Like, see, not really a fan of that. But it's a cool design attention. I mean, it reveals that they gave a damn, you know, so they milled out this in this way, but personally not really a fan of this clip design. The deployment speed it's actually not too bad, considering it's a small and pretty lightweight blade. It's all right. It's not the fastest of the deployment I've ever experienced, but it's all right. It's also quite smooth. It's running on ceramic bearings, which are caged, and the detent strength in this case, it's on the medium side. Nicely built and put together, I have to say. There's a little bit of design issue here in this flipper tab, because it's a little bit too thin. No chamfering, no jimping, just a little bit of chamfering, so it might result as a little bit slippery sometimes, but if you know how to deploy the blade, you're just gonna be fine. The lock bar cutout is a little bit on the small size, so you have just to jam your finger like this, and then you're gonna be able to do that. So it's not the easiest, but it's not ridiculously bad. Also no lock stick because of the presence of the stainless steel insert, so very good. There's no detent ball ramp, so you're gonna have a little bit of this hard step going on. You have free fall action, but no guillotine effect, so you have just to wiggle this guy in order for you to be able to shut it down. But overall, it's a very EDCable knife, guys. Very light in the pocket. Design is really clean and sleek and gentleman's knife for sure. The sound is not the best. It's alright. I mean, the action also is not ideal because of the flipper tab that needs a little bit of jimping going on, and it's not really super smooth in the closing action. But overall, it's a pretty decent knife, guys, and I like it. It's not too bad, especially consider the price, because it's this guy, it's discontinued, but it's gonna run you around $150 US on the secondary market. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.